Welcome back to Thionite Plays Xenoblade Chronicles 3. On the last episode, we finished up Phase 10 of Doric, and we did a little quest in Colony Tau. And we are here once more, continuing on in Colony Tau, because that very obvious question mark. I am very hopeful that that is Juniper's Ascension quest, and if it is, even more the better, because we need to get started on plenty of heroes' Ascension quests, because we have a lot to do and we still need to continue on with more colonies and more Ascension quests. And so let's just jump right into this, because we are on a time crunch. We're not on a time crunch. Oh, that seems like something bad has happened.
Ah! What the spark's all this?
What are these monsters doing here?
What's going on?
Why, little Junebug? You're late.
Consul.
You know I can't abide tardiness. Too much fun and games, is it? Ha! Life is not a bed of roses, my dear. You must be aware of that, surely.
What are you after?
My. Why so sour, my little Uro berries? I haven't the slightest inclination to involve myself in a fracas with you.
Oh yeah? Then what are you doing here?
Dear, I am positively quaking in my boots. I am here to see my little Junebug, nothing more.
And you expect us to believe that?
You may set your hearts aflutter with whatever feelings you desire, for all I care. If I must confide in you a detail, I would like you to know that it was I who dealt those monsters a swift demise.
You?
I can confirm that. If it weren't for the Consul, we might not even be standing here.
Spark. If only I hadn't screwed up.
You're injured.
Yeah, my fault. I got cocky. Monsters got a free swipe in.
You may find it hard to believe, but I'm quite the assiduous type. I've been keeping a close watch on my fruitlings. But now that little Junebug has returned, there is yet more work to be done.
You're not angry about the flame clock?
Angry? You were the ones who broke it. You aren't going to apologize, are you? Besides, I've been aware of the circumstances for a while now. It has to be said, it's a delicate topic.
Delicate?
Yes, delicate. Do your ears need rinsing, puppet? I don't know if you're aware, but the people of Tau themselves chose to break the clock. It's hardly my place to complain. I happen to be quite the individualist. Don't you know?
You're not making a lick of sense.
Now, Junebug, be a sweet pea and go on ahead, will you?
Don't worry. I'll be fine.
Noah, we're just letting Juniper go?
Juniper said not to worry, so let's not worry.
That's the spirit. Perhaps you and I will be able to see eye to eye after all. Oh, one thing. I have a job for you, Uro Berries, if you would be so kind.
A job? For us?
For you, I'd like you to procure some twine turf. For me.
Yeah? What are you using it for?
Someone's got to remove those nuisances for new life to settle in. But preparations will need to be in place if we are to dispose of them, which is where the twine turf comes in.
Twine turf. I think I saw some of that in Yellow Grove.
Well, look at that. How fortuitous. That's a mere stone's throw from here.
Well, it's not far. That's true.
See? It wouldn't kill you to fetch some.
I know what you're thinking. But these things really are going to be a problem for us otherwise, so we'd really appreciate the help.
No, I understand. Let's go then.
Survivors, a new hero quest. Wonderful to get this. Well, the context of the quest is not so wonderful, considering there are now lots of wolf corpses strewn about the place. May I suggest a counter use for them instead of being rid of them with twine turf or whatever? We could carve them up and serve some wolf steaks. I feel like we could use this meat for food. It's this is plenty of fresh kills. We don't even need to go hunting for 3 weeks probably. This is enough food to last us a while. We'll worry about the gossip later. Twine turf, apparently. Fine. I can go work for a Mobius Consul. I have no problem with that. It's technically a side quest, and I can't refuse a side quest. Where are we going? Yellow Grove? Isn't that? Right, this is just past the Sparkling Pool Camp, where we got robbed by Tyrkins that one time. Hopefully we can find some relatively quickly. I'm fairly certain they're just a bunch of random drops around here and we have a location to check. Hopefully we can find them quickly, because if we can't, well, I will have to find them. Oh, green nectarines. That'll be really useful for the New Game Plus thing that's never going to happen. That's not going to happen. Is it? Oh, is it random stuff up there that we can do? Have we ever gotten up here? I feel like we might have at some point. Not sure that this is going to be... Oh, there's a few. How much do we need? Do we only need the 4? I feel like... Yeah, we only need the 4. Alright, that's helpful. And if we can just yoink, 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 yoink. If we can just yoink them all straight into our pockets, even more the better.
You think this'll do?
Don't see why not.
I wonder how the Consul's going to use this stuff to get rid of the monsters.
I haven't a clue.
Everyone!
Juniper, are you all right?
Yes, and the colony is unharmed, thank goodness. Hey, Juniper, has your Consul always been like that? The Consul? I don't really recall.
You said she pretty much left you to it, right?
That's correct. The Consul rarely ever visits us. We've met a couple of times, but I barely have any recollection of us talking.
So why on Ionios would she start involving herself now?
I say we get this job done and then we give her a piece of our mind.
I mean, I don't really sense any hostility from it. Maybe it's fine.
But you have to admit, she's got a way of getting on your nerves, right?
Still, she is a consul. If we underestimate her, we'll no doubt be in for a world of pain.
Noted. But even if we do have to fight, it'd have to be outside of the colony.
Yeah. We don't know what she might be planning to do with the people of Colony Tau.
We should try to head back soon.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but heading back soon means doing it immediately. Can we get that chest first? I don't want to go over there and get that chest, especially if there's a Gogol in the way. Can we just go back? I'm so curious about what this is going to end up looking like. Because I do not trust the consoles after so many bad experiences with these. We only have Mobius T. Will you? She's right there. I feel like we're in a standoff of some kind. The only good console that we've found so far is Triton. And out of all of the consoles we have previously seen, it's not looking good for her. I would err on the side of caution. That's E-R-E, not A-I-R. Let's do this. Consul, I have your grass. Why did you do a bunch of raking? You just raked up all of the leaves in the colony. This is when you have the fall season's leaves. It's like when the words leave your brain and you try and say something, but it just doesn't come out, and, whatever. We have your things.
Is that enough for you?
Wonderful, my dear Uroberries. Quite the speedy little workers, aren't you?
So, how are you going to use the stuff?
We're going to make it into a pulp and throw it into a bonfire. I hear it has the most fragrant aroma. No doubt the creatures will be drawn straight to it. A little assistance wouldn't go amiss. You.
Huh? Yes.
What a farce.
They're drawn to the scent, are they?
What is it, Tyon? You picked up on something?
Not exactly.
Oh, what is this? Oh, I do so hate the forest. What with all the bugs?
Right. Well, they do say that bugs hate smoke.
You know the type of insect I hate the most? The creepy, crawly kind. Oh, ghastly things. How about you?
Me? I've seen them all before. Can't say they bother me.
Oh. Such a tedious little corner of Ionios. Nothing much ever happens around here, does it?
No, not really. I'm kind of used to it by now, though.
Well, of course you would be. State the obvious. Why don't you?
Oh, right. Sorry, ma'am.
Now throw in the plants I gave you, and we should be all set for the preparatory phase.
Where are you going, ma'am?
Oh, you know, I thought I might witness a little of that Ouroberry magic for myself. The smoke rising from the bonfire acts like a signal flare to indicate the start of battle.
Yeah? What's that got to do with... Crap! They're back! Again! What?
Looks like you've got your work cut out for you. Oh, yes. You had better live your lives to their very fullest.
What? These monsters! Don't ask me! They just showed up out of the blue and started heading this way!
These monsters aren't from the forest. Why would they have come in so far?
I have my hunches.
No point guessing right now. Let's send these guys packing!
Oh, I really hope they're not hungry. Okay, they're not hungry. They're Anon Rhinons. And we have defenders from Colony Tau, so we're good. There's no way we could possibly lose against level 48 creatures. But I'm with Tyon in this one. I have my hunches, and I feel like they're blaringly obvious. Because, like, honestly, anyone who is not immediately suspect of whatever consuls do is foolish. Either extremely foolish or unbelievably naive, and after everything we've been through, I don't think we have the right to say that we're naive, because we're not naive. We're probably the most worldly wise people in all of Ionios. These Tau-rating monsters, these bunches of Rhinons, are not at all challenging. They are level 48, we are 66. It is literally no danger to us, even with using Juniper instead of, someone more beneficial to us. I feel like, as with most Rhinons, just be aware of their tails. I think they have relatively hard-hitting attacks if you're closer to their level. I suppose that they're closer. Well, higher danger. Doesn't matter. They're dead.
Gah! There's no end to him!
The appropriate tactic in this situation is fight first, whine later, mate.
Yeah, I know, man. Makes me feel better, though.
My dear, sweet little Junebug. I'll tell you what I'm trying to accomplish here. I want to see Colony Tau performing to the very best of their ability.
What?
I want them to wallow in regret, to agonize, tremble, suffer, writhe, convulse, and then die. You see? The look on their faces at that moment is the most delectable thing in the world to me.
Consul, I don't understand.
All that you are, distilled at the cusp of death to a perfect fraction of unbearable humiliation. However, teetering there on the edge of oblivion is also the moment in which you shine the brightest. The terror of death flickering in your minds, fighting madly in the hope that you still might live. A newborn babe could never hope to match that expression of horror. Only the march of time can crystallize those grimaces of wrath and agony, aged to perfection like a fine wine.
They're coming our way, too. Huh, never a dull moment around here.
Come now, Junebug. Chin up. I want to see you at the peak of your brilliance. I can't savor your emotions if you don't ripen to your fullest now, can I?
Oh no, more Rhinons. What can I possibly do? There's a fifth one hiding in the back. Whatever shall I do? We're just gonna focus down one at a time, break toppled days, launch them all up in the air, smash them down into the ground, spin them around like that one Mario game right off the edge of the cliff, and then spit on their graves. I don't know. Do Rhinons have burial rites? Do Rhinons have their own unique advanced civilization capable of making graves, having ritual rites, and mourning the dead? Can Rhinons mourn their dead? Looking at their faces, probably not. They seem rather dim. But who am I to know? They might be the smartest creatures alive. Technically, the smartest creatures in Ionios would probably be some kind of bird or avian. Maybe a dragon. Are dragons smart in this world? I don't know. I suppose, honestly, given it more than 30 seconds of thought, I think probably the smartest creatures in Ionios would probably be Tyrkins. Mainly because they can talk. Like, they have their... We know that they have their own monarchy, so they have their own system of government, no matter how questionable the quality of that may be. But they can talk. It's probably the Tyrkins.
Sparks! They got Roland. Somebody go and help the poor soul!
How in the... Are we snuffed then? Is this it for us?
Stay calm. There's still a glimmer of hope. There aren't as many monsters as before. It's doable. Keep pushing them back.
We'll try.
Oro berries are a force to be reckoned with, aren't they? I hadn't factored them in, but I did get a taste of fear and despair, and for that I'm truly grateful. You must have felt such sweet relief when they broke the flame clock. How does it feel to have all that taken away from you? You'd better pick up the pace, or my little monsters will flock to you like a free meal.
It's the smoke. Put out the fire. Stop the smoke.
Oh, I think it's a little late for that.
I had my doubts, but I never thought you were so brazen as to do this openly.
When you crush and burn those plants, they make the most irresistible aroma for monsters.
So you lied about getting rid of them?
I said that nuisances have to be removed. Who said anything about monsters? I was hoping to remove everyone save little Junebug here, and make way for new growth in the forest.
You don't have to spout a load of shite, you know that?
I was hoping to see them savaged by hungry beasts, but oh well. Your efforts have managed to ruin a perfectly good tragedy. Again.
Again?
Did I not mention? Not a few days ago, I recall that you intervened. I was hoping to cull some fruitlings before their homecoming.
Ah, the monsters from before.
Yes, that's it. That's the way. It's the monsters that you encountered on that fateful day. The very same. Yes, I led them there myself. If they had feasted on your husks, I could have thrown them into the colony and given you such a fright.
Why? Why would you think of doing such an awful thing?
I took you to be smarter than this, Junebug. Be a dear and fire up those synapses for me. Colony Tau was ready to accept their fate. I settled on the monsters as the best way to deal with that. I thought perhaps if you were to see your friends torn apart before your very eyes, it might give you the stimulus you need.
You're beyond help.
When the flame clock was destroyed, and you were given the chance to live, you also came to fear death, and gained the ability to suffer, as you are doing right now. You've done well, my little Uro berries. Yes, indeed. The look on your faces is not something so easily reproduced. Ah, how long I've waited just to see those contortions. The perfect moment. Once matured, then savored. I'll not let you die easily. I shall see to that.
You consuls are all the same, aren't you? How can you toy with people's lives like this? You think this is fun?
Oh, I just love teasing my favorite playthings. Is that really so difficult to understand? Well, it's been lovely talking to you, but I'm afraid time's getting on. If you despise me so much, slay my little pets and try taking me on yourselves.
Did anyone else tune her out for that entire conversation and only tune back in when she was like, oh, just fight these Rhydons and then fight me? Because I feel like there's only 3 of them, and considering we beat 5 in short order, we can beat 3 of them with no problem. I would very much like to get a piece of her because, well, first she insulted my memory, and just because I have no idea what monsters she was referring to, because, like, we have fought so many monsters in Mac the Firewood, Forest, Wildwood, that I genuinely have no idea which situations he's referring to. It's like a few days ago. I mean, from whose perspective? It's like, yeah, just last Wednesday you had to fight those monsters. And I'm like, do you have any idea how little that narrows it down? For a Consul, you're pretty stupid, you know that? I really hope I can fight her and then have it be like an absolute curb stomp because, I mean, really, this is child's play. We probably should have been doing Juniper's stuff a lot earlier. Well, maybe not a lot earlier, but, you know, like maybe like around level 50, like 16 levels ago, because, yeah, this isn't really challenging. The rhinos are already dead. Fantastic. Child's play, as always.
My, you really defeated them? All of them? Well, you're nothing if not tenacious.
If you stay away from our colony without interfering, just as you always have, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones.
Without interfering? You really are a model child, aren't you? I told you, I consider myself the assiduous type. Why do you think that so few make it to homecoming, in this pit that none know about or care about? Why do you think there are few threats to your colony, yet your flame clock teeters on the brink of collapse?
Well...
Let me explain it to you in simple terms that even you will be able to understand. I made it that way. It was by my design.
What?
You really are the lowest of the low!
I had the soldiers die when approaching their final term. I conceived your peculiar traditions, and I sent monsters to you. And when your numbers were culled just enough to maintain the colony, I sent you new recruits. When you lacked a source of life with which to fill the clock, I placed monsters of adequate strength for your succor. And it has all been for this moment. Oh, the lengths I went to, just for today.
I cannot begin to understand you.
Countless hours of painstaking effort went into this. But I am so very glad to have met a soul like yourself, little Junebug. Even your rage brings me delight. The fact that you want to kill me where I stand, even more rapturous. I shall contort your face into an expression of pure agony. I shall tear down all that you are.
The people of Colony Tau have been fighting just to survive day to day. We won't allow you to have your way anymore. This ends here.
Yes, I suppose you're right. My actions are unforgivable. Come then, do your worst. If you don't kill me now...
You'll have to watch as I slaughter your precious Colony Tau before your very eyes!
Man, you spew a lot of shit for someone who sounds like my 7th grade English teacher with that stupid voice of yours. You need to really, like... Oh, I moved my camera. I'm so distracted that I moved my camera. I shifted the very fabric of reality itself just to fight you. Mobius, you're pathetically weak. Like, really, you're only level 50. Anyway, the strategy involving Colony Tau's Consul. She's, like, poison-focused. She likes to poison people. If they're really weak otherwise, I mean, Uni is taking a bit of damage, but, you know, that's because she's a defender. It's not really important. Missile Burst, is that a multi-hit attack? It doesn't even matter. I think it's like a really slow multi-hit attack. Either that or it's her auto attack. Whatever she's doing now, I think it might be her auto attack. It really doesn't matter. What are you gonna do? Give me some more stuff. Oh, Toxic Bullet. What is that? That's a single target. Tyon evaded. You're back up in the air. You're really not a challenge. Go for... Oh, Topple. Can we just get this chain attack? Ooh, if we can get Lucky 7s, I'd really like Lucky 7s. Because I have a real good feeling that we'll be able to do that, you know, without any kind of trouble whatsoever. Because there's no way that they'll ever be able to defeat me. Are we on the side? Go on the side, please. Wait until she pops up. Got that wonderful burst. So nice. Go for the side break. It doesn't matter. We didn't get that. If we can get Lucky 7s as well as a chain attack, that's probably going to be the fight. Because, again, 16 levels lower than us. Really not a concern. But yeah, who else saw this one coming from a mile away? Like, obviously, the smoke is the ones like, oh, they'll get the attention of all of the monsters. And then it's like, oh, there are monsters and they're fighting us. Oh no, she's bound me. She's bound a lot of people. Can we just, like, get out of that? Hurry up, please. Noah, just unlock Lucky 7s. What must you do to unlock... Oh, there we go. Cool, let's play around with this. I am now invincible. Go for that break. And that topple. And that daze. Go for Tachyon Slash. Tachyon Slash is the most powerful move that Noah has at the moment. Especially if we can get it into the wonder that is the chain attack. So let's do a lot of damage first. And then we can do the nonsense that is the chain attack. Once the timer hits the bottom, or well, like the last 10 seconds or something, because there's no way she could do enough damage to, in any way, shape, or form, deal with us. Oh, we'll be able to tear her apart. And if we can do... If by some miracle we can even get the final Lucky 7s, I'm not sure I would like to do that. I mean, it really doesn't matter too much. I'm not sure if that cancels... You know what? Just do it anyway. Topple, launch, smash. Oh, flawless. Oh, get that chain attack too. There we go. If we can finish it with a chain attack, because that does so much damage. You saw it took like 15 to 20% of her health just right out the gate. It's phenomenal. Can we do Noah after the fact? Because if we can put him... You know what? Do him now, just so we can get that Mio combo Ouroboros form. Go with Tachyon Wave. Tachyon Slash. Whatever it's called. So much damage. It's incredible. What does Juniper do? Have we ever done Juniper in a chain attack? We never use him. When chosen, increase damage ratio by 50%. Sure. Do Liberation Arrow. Do all of it, Juniper. Spin around in a very slow circle. Leave your back completely unguarded. But do a lot of damage, so that's fine. Hopefully Noah's the one who comes back. We don't have to focus on anything except, well, winning, because have we already won? Yeah. Like I said, Mobius U. Not exactly the most challenging of Mobiuses that we've ever fought. What does Juniper do? During chain attacks, boosts enemy damage dealt to low HP enemies by 90%. Does that count if they're at 0? Probably. We'll do Tyon first. Tyon, can you do, like, a break, maybe? Oh, wow, you're so incredible that you can. That's so good on you, Tyon. Juniper, go with, Downdraft. Nice. I mean, it's completely pointless. But as much damage as possible is always nice. Radiant Cascade. Fire a bunch of arrows. See, why can't you just fire your arrows that quickly all the time? Why are you the only one who comes back? Do Mio. Mio, and then, yeah, Downdraft again. Because we don't need to focus on doing a lot of damage with this one. All we have to do for this is just get that gorgeous, wonderful extra EXP. All of that bonus juice. Shoot it into my veins, Mobius U. You, Mobius. Meaningless. I'm honestly surprised that you are as weak as you are, close as you are to the end of the alphabet. Because, like, the other... Wow, Mio's not the one. Fine, we'll do lands. Because, the closer they are to the end of the alphabet, I have noticed, is the ones that are, like, more interesting. Because you got, like, X and Y, and they're, like, the really interesting. Lance, you didn't even... Whatever. Topple. Should we focus on that? Yeah, who cares? Does Senna have a daze? Senna has a daze and Mio has a burst, no? Yeah, do Senna for the daze, Mio can do the burst, and then Lance can wrap it up with whatever nonsense Lance can do. Mio, do the burst. All of this wonderful combo. Get rid of their enraged status, because that's just hilarious to think that we could do that. Lance, do Mighty Beat. Smack him with your stick, Lance. Not even enough to get us up to 150. But that's fine. This fight is officially over. Well, not technically, but we're close to it. We're close to it. Wow, Juniper is the one who came back in every single one of those. That's crazy. Let's finish up with Noah. So we'll do Noah. Deal with it, Noah. Like, so much. Tachyon Slash. When we get that secondary chain linked art for that, when we can do those dual arts in chain attacks, that'll be so incredibly powerful. I have no idea when that unlocks, so I suppose we'll find it eventually. Can we get to 450 bonus EXP? Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. No, it's way too slow. 445? 442. That's fair enough. 1.7 million damage. Destroyed.
Well, then, it looks like it's my loss. You've such power, my Ouroboros.
Consul you.
Oh, yes. Now that right there is the face I wanted to see. I'm afraid I won't be dying here alone. I'm going to kill off all your dear sweet friends, one by one. You will remember exactly how they died, and you will regret it every waking moment. Cursing your own ineptitude, wishing you'd done more. Avenged though they were, aimless anger will consume you. How very exquisite the look on your face will be then.
She's lost the plot. Big time.
This was our victory. You don't need to listen to this.
Colony Tau.
What about them?
We made a promise that we'd survive. And so, the Consul's twisted games are something I cannot entertain.
Junebug. So you really can make a face like that too.
And now I must wonder Did I do the right thing in the end?
I think that's what life is all about. Searching to find that answer.
Yes. How true.
Thanks. Yet again. Feels like you're always saving our bacon.
Now, none of that. We're all mates now, remember?
Yeah, Lance is right. We're all in this together.
Juniper, what's wrong?
Life is cruel, isn't it? Just when I stopped waiting for death and began to live for myself. Why must it be so hard? It's just as the Consul said, expecting death would have been so much easier.
You're not wrong. It's not easy. And it never will be.
Sure, but it's still a sight better than doing sparkle and giving up.
That's also true. You're right. Life is a struggle, but I think I'd like to go on fighting for a little while longer at least.
Nah, you've got to dream bigger. Fight until the bitter end!
Perhaps I should. Even without a Consul, our goal remains the same.
That's right. And we've got to start by harvesting the crops.
Right, yes. We have our hands full as it is trying to look after ourselves right now.
Sure. Well, if you ever find yourself having a hard time, we'll be there to help.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, and see you soon.
Quest complete. Survivors. Colony Tau's strange modus vivendi was shown to be their Consul's design. The whole affair has once again reminded Juniper of life's harshness, but also the reasons why we must trudge on, ever onwards towards the future. You question whether or not you did the right thing. I say to that she threatened the lives of your colony, of all of the people you cared about, every friend you have in and without of that colony. You absolutely did the right thing. Never lose any sleep about that, Juniper. You absolutely did the right thing. Ghost Bow Juniper has increased his hero class rank to level 20. Wondrous. And we got wonderful EXPs, but no level ups or anything else like that. Did I see a bit of gossip? Alright, before we end the episode, let's find out what this gossip is, because I'm so curious. Carson, what does your gossip say? That water down at the Spring of Rona really does make you feel like a new person. You have got to try it. Strength-giving water. I really, really desperately hope that that does not have a side quest to go along with it. Because if it does... No, we're still digesting the last meal. We're not getting more food. He says, going to the farmland to get more food. This is for later. This is the reason why we've been able to do a lot of quests right off the bat. Because we're ardent collectors. Let's talk about the life-giving super strength water.
Some food.
No, we're not eating right now, Noah. Don't put ideas into people's heads. We're not hungry. No. I was about to say we don't need to do Juniper for anything else, or we don't need him for anything else, but we do need him for this. Strength-giving water. All right, we'll do this really quick.
I think we need to discuss
Or at least start it. We can do this quest the next episode. So there's supposed to be this spring, yeah? Whose water makes you super duper strong. Noah, I think I might have heard of this. Is it anywhere close to the spring that makes you old? Yeah, I heard about that too. Just from drinking it? Wow, that's the dream. We're going to go on a quest to find the ultra divine water from the sentient cat with the red pole. Man, yeah, I'd love a bit of that. Nopon have story that eating red pollen orb make you strong. Probably same kind of story. Oh, I'd love to find that spring. It's a load of bollocks. If something like that really exists, why haven't other colonies heard of it? I've got to say, I have no knowledge of this either. And if Tyon doesn't know about the mystery-granting, strength-giving waters of random location in this building, then, well then, it just doesn't exist. Then why don't we investigate it? Must we, Noah? Why must you always put these kind of ideas out in the universe? I mean, if we look into it and find that there really is water that makes you stronger, that's a win-win, right? Or it could just give us dysentery. I feel like there is, a rather, big risk and a very small reward. We're already Ouroboros. We don't need more power. I mean, we probably do need more power for what's to come, but, if Consul U taught us anything, it's just that we are literal powerhouses right now. I don't think we need to prioritize the water. True, but this wouldn't be the first spurious legend to grace this colony. Are there others? I don't remember any others. This is why I took such offense to call Consul U being like, why engage your synapses? I'm like, they're already firing at all cylinders, and everything that they produce, every calculation is wrong. Just because they're doing wrong informations and wrong outcomes doesn't mean they're not firing. I'm an idiot, but I'm not stupid. If this is a malicious custom that started in Colony Tau, we should debunk it now. Well, as you wish, the Spring of Ronar is the place. Well, how long is this going to take? I can go and do it right now. I know exactly where that is. Fine. If all we have to do is go find the thing, we're probably going to have to fight some monsters, and no one else is going to have to worry about that except for me, and it's going to be really weak, because of course it is. Let's just go over there right now, because it's literally, like, right there. I discovered this, like, last episode or something. It's like the first time I saw it, it was, like, in the last episode. I think. Doesn't matter. It's right here. I wanted to end the episode, but fine. If we can do another side quest as well. Nukta! It's been a while. Like, an entire episode. How you doing? This is the spring. It's like the old plumbing from the old houses. Someone call up your local architect, 1-800-ARCHITECT Plumbing for refrigerator repairs. Nukta, what are you doing here? Are you trying to find your runaway refrigerator? I got a call from the Iris on someone named Klaus, who was like, hey, Nukta, is your refrigerator running? And I'm like, yes, it is. I need to go and find it. And so here I am. Have you been into the mushroom stores, Nukta? Because I have no idea what you're saying. They're looking for the spring. They want to get strong. They're on the drug hunt. I was thinking of putting all that knowledge I got from Colony Iota about water and rocks. Did you go to Colony Iota just for water and rock knowledge? Which, I mean, like, is fair, but, like, water and rocks? I think perhaps that drinking this water isn't suddenly going to turn you into a better soldier. Yeah, shock. Mate, this stuff is so good. Is it free-flowing? Are you... Oh, boy, if Lance gets dysentery, well, we'll bury you and speak fondly of your funeral. I will make bacon jokes because of that one bacon incident. So good. Oh, no, Senna's drank the Kool-Aid as well. Tyon, please, not you too. Tyon, please. It's just water. How can it be? Oh, it does taste nice. Oh, God, we're already down halfway. Our party has been cut in half. Tyon is dead. We will bury you all in a shallow grave. You can make a sublime cup of tea with this. Can we, though? It really is top-quality water, but I don't think there's anything particularly special in it, except for all of the greeble droppings, because there are greebles like 10 feet away, and this is probably where they drink and defecate. So it's just a normal spring. It can't be a spring if it's coming out of the pipes, Noah. That's not what a spring is. Like, look at that. That's a greeble off in the background. Well, it's technically a crust dip, but, you know, they could have crust dip greeble babies. Seems that way. I don't think it'll give you any powers. You've discussed this already. That's fine. We don't care much. Well, I mean, you know, the muscleheads care, but, you know, the sensible people don't. What are we talking about? Tell that to those bulging biceps. Land, you already had those. Both of you are already plenty strong enough. It's all in your head. Should we try one more spring? No, we shouldn't. If other fountains are as good as this, then it would spare us the trek. Is there a spring closer to Tau? Where? There is. This area is a bit too monster-infested for combat. At worst, we might be surrounded. What, here? Right now? There's like nothing around here. The other spring is a lot more peaceful. More peaceful than this. There's like one crust dip. It'd be a far more preferable source for water. I see your point. Okay, let's take a look. Where are we going? Where on earth are you taking me, Nukta?
Looks like colony relations.
Oh, God, I have to follow you? This is going to take forever. Fine, Nukta. The good people at home, they don't have to worry about our quest for an eternal amount of proper mineral water that's coming out of the plumbing. Nukta, can you just, like, can we do a Noah no-look transfer? That didn't work out nearly as well as I would have hoped.
Considering the distance, Maybe it's for the best that Tao don't have to go all that far.
That's true. If anyone gets hurt in the process, it'll be defeating the purpose.
Is this the new place? This is the Spring of Carquaca, which is a really weird name, but like, this is more peaceful? You honestly think this is more peaceful? I already count way more monsters over here than there were in the other one. Nukta, come on now. Wait here while I look around. I already see 3 skeeters. Do you want me to fight them really quick? Because I can, if you want. Well, its composition is practically identical to the other spring. That's because it's also coming out of the pipes. It's not that interesting. Why are we so curious about pipe water? It's definitely better to draw our water from here. Where have you been getting water from before? We've had a lot of casualties getting our water from that spring. What spring are you talking about? The spring of Ronar? How the colony entrance is literally right over there. You walk up over there and come out over here. You would have to, by the very fabric of the world's geometry, have to stop by this spring before you can get to the other one. You'd have to go up the stairs all the way up there and then back over that direction to get to the spring of Ronar. How did you miss this spring before? Do all of you, are all of you blind? Were you taking the elevator? Juniper, I have so many logistical questions about how you're getting your water before this. This is far and away the better choice. I think the people of Colony Tau are a bit stupid. They're pretty much the same. Then how come that other one's got a legend about beefing you up and this one doesn't? Does it matter, Lands? Does it really matter how superstitious legends get started? No idea. It's just something that people have said. Someone probably got curious or creative. They got drunk one night and they got boastful and I was like, "Oh, I drank from the spring that makes you strong." It's almost like the beach that makes you old, but like in reverse. It makes you strong. That's how customs work. Yeah, we don't need a history lesson about this. It doesn't matter how ludicrous they are, people refuse to let go of them. Glory always had an awful time trekking up there to fetch water. What, did she take like a bucket? You'd need a lot more water than that. How did she get... I'm not going to ask questions. I'm not going to ask questions that I'm not going to be able to answer. If we can lighten her load, why are you only having one person go on water duty? She's already working hard enough trying to treat all of the injured. You have your medic out for water as well? What if she got hurt trying to get water? Oh, logistical questions. We're not gonna ask them. We're not gonna ask them. Graziana, too. She and Gloria are responsible for the water supplies. What kind of other supplies are there? It's just water. There are no other extra supplies. Graziana's very careful. Hasn't she been working on the smoker with the Nopons? Thankfully, she hasn't encountered any unpleasant monsters yet. The water's so good from this spring, too. She should be pleased. Do you mind if we leave you to spread the good news? No problem. Let me fill her up first. Thanks for coming out here. No bother at all. We're just happy if we can stop more people from getting hurt. Right. It's little things like this that make life easier for everyone. Hang in there. Is that it? Oh, man. Simple, easy, child's play. The water of Ronar. According to Nukta's survey, the composition of Ronar Spring is just like that of Carquaca's. Thus dies another one of Colony Tau's superstitions. No. Oh, man. Gossip. More stuff to do. I'm not doing that now. That can hold off, because that's unbelievably, absolutely a quest. I will start off as we began, right on the doorstep of Colony Tau. But that's going to be it for this episode. We did an Ascension quest and a quest that was unexpected. How did everyone die? It's literally just going down the rope. How did you lose all of your health? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. On the steps of Colony Tau, we end off this episode. On the next episode, we are going to... More gossip. Oh, we're going to talk about the gossip we already have and the more gossip that Cardamine has, and it's going to be wonderful. In the next episode, more Tau stuff. So whether you watched this episode of the Tau stuff for 30 seconds or the entire thing, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next episode of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Later.